Baby, you are on my mind. All I think about, and I don't wanna stop.
So hi guys, welcome to the channel again. So guys, इस वीडियो में हम will going to solve another question. It is basically very simple question, but language is bit tricky. So what is the question? Let's go through. So before starting this video, I want to ask you that please subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and please like and give thumbs up if you like this video in the end of the video. I'm not going to ask you to like now. If you like my solution, then you are free to like this video as well. So let's start. But is the question is Nody examination. What is the question asking? So basically question is saying that Nodi has an exam in which each question has a difficulty level in the form of integer. Okay. Now Nodi can only solve the problem that have a difficulty level less than or equal to x. So what the first line is saying that so there is an exam of person named Nodi, and Nodi can only only can solve a question who has the difficulty level less than or equal to x. Okay. The score of the student is equal to the maximum number of answer he or she attempt without skipping the question. So the score of student is equal to the maximum number of question number of answers he or she attempt. So what is saying that the score of a student will be measured by number of question he or she answered, and without skipping the question. That's very important. So student is allowed to skip just one question that will not be counted in the continuity of the question. Oh, so basically it is saying that each student has allowed only one question to skip. So student is allowed only one question he or she can be skipped, and he can continue with the exam. And whenever he gets stuck on a question who has a difficulty level more than X, then he will disqualify or discontinue the exam. So let's read further. Assume that student know the solution to the problem he or she attempt has always start the paper from the first question. So okay, so given the number of question n, the maximum difficulty level of problem Nodi can solve is x, and the difficulty level of each question in the form of array. Determine the maximum score Nodi can score. So what is the basically question is saying that here we can see the sample input. It is 4 3 7, let write it bit no space, 4 3 7 6 7 2 2. So this is the question and their difficulty, number of question and their difficulty. So basically there is a 7 question. Okay, so 7 question, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, right, and the difficulty level is this 6. So we have to find the number of question can Node solve. It is basically very simple. We have just to compare with this of each array of I with this number. But the twist is that Node can skip only one question which has more difficulty level than 6. Like this. Here whenever I pointer comes here, it will check that if 6 is smaller than or greater than 4. So 6 is greater than 4, so it will be counted into our answer. Okay, the answer is here 1, and then I will come here and I will check if 6 is greater than or equal to 3. So 6 is basically greater than, so answer will increment to 2. Then our pointer will come here. So here the when the pointer come, it will check if 6 is greater than or equal to 7. But no, 7 is greater than 6. So what condition will imply that here this is the condition. The student is allowed to just skip one question. So here Nodi, what we do, Nodi is skip the question and continue the exam. So when the pointer come here, it will compare 6 is greater than equal to, so 6 is equal to, and again our answer will increment to 3. And then the pointer come here, and when the pointer came here, it will check if 6 is greater than or equal to 7. No, 7 is greater. So here Nodi will discontinue the exam. because he will allow only to skip one question whichever has greater value than 6. But here the another question came which have a greater value than 6, so Nodi will discontinue the exam. He will not continue these two things next to number of questions. So the basically we will return this the final answer. So basically this is what here it is saying same thing what I've told you. So what we will how we are going to solve this question, that we have basically given an array n- which has difficulty level of each question. Okay, so suppose this is 2, 3, 4 and 5. So and our difficulty level which is k is 3. Whatever the question difficulty level which is equal to or greater than 3, we are going to increment our count. We are going to increment here, then here, and let write it 3 as well. And whenever he encounter with any question who has a difficulty level greater than k, then what we can do is we can take another variable skip. Skip here is 1, so we can skip only one question, right? So what we can do is whenever we encounter any question difficulty which is greater than k, we will simply decrement our skip to minus minus, skip minus minus, and we will continue the exam. We will continue the exam. I have just increment one more exam, one answer, so you will understand better, and we will continue. So till now we have two questions which Nodi has solved, right? So here is two question, and this question is value is greater than k, so he will skip. And when he will skip, he will encounter another question which has equal value to k, and then again our answer increment to 3, and then he will again travel to other question, and this question has a value greater than k. So what he can do is he will discontinue from here. So what I mean that we have to maintain other another variable k, skip, basically, along with k. So here what we will do is we will put uh, skip to 1, because here they have told us that we can only skip one question. So we have assigned 1 to k, skip 1 to skip, and whenever we encounter our first element which is greater than value k, then we will simply do skip minus minus. And in the next part, whenever we encounter any another value which is greater than k, then we will check if our skip has equal to one value or not, less than one or not. If it is not, then we will continue, otherwise we will just come out to the loop, break simply. So I have told you rough idea about this question and its solution, and let me show you the code as well so you can understand better. So here is a simple code snippet for this. So what I've done is simply taking the input here, and I have put the k value in difficulty variable. Okay, the array size is in n, and difficulty level, the k value is in difficulty. It is basically difficulty, not different, it's difficulty. And can skip is assigned to 0. Okay, so here the can skip value came. So an answer will return through this variable. So what I've done is simply taking the array input, and then what I've done is simply traverse to the array, simply traversing to the array, and checking if array of I is equal to or less than different. If array of I is equal to or less than difficulty, sorry, difficulty, which is k in the question, we are simply incrementing. And another condition is else if can skip value can skip value is less than 1 or not, and array of I is again greater than difficulty or not. I'm checking this one as well, and if it is, then what I'm doing is simply can skip plus plus. So what I'm doing is here I'm just simpling. I have assigned first can skip to the 0, right? Let come with me step by step. I have assigned the number of question he can skip, Nody can skip, is 0. Okay. So whenever I get any value which is greater than any question difficulty level which is greater than this, simply I'm incrementing it. Now my can skip is 1. This condition is different than this. As you can see, this condition is this condition is different than this. Here we are simply doing greater than sign, and here what we are going to do, less than or equal to sign, right? So whenever any element which we got like this, 2 3 4 5, and our difficulty is, one second, difficulty is suppose 3. So here it will increment the answer like this. Here it will match this condition, simply increment the answer. And here what, when it come to here 4, it will simply check if can skip is less than 1. Yet yes, it is 0, so it is less than 1. So what you can do is simply can skip plus plus, but don't increment the answer. Answer right now is till here is 2, 1 and 2. So when it come to this, you have to check the can skip value is less than 1 or not. If it is, simply plus plus the can skip 1 becomes 1, but don't increment, because the question here is more than difficulty level, so he is not solving the question, he just skipping the question. So whenever he skip the question, he come to here. So whenever he comes here, he comes to this condition. So what is this condition is? This condition is, if can skip value is can skip value is greater than 1 and array of I is greater than difficulty. So simply breaking. So hope you understand this basic else if conditions. Simply, if this condition is match, then simply answer plus plus. If this condition is match, can skip plus plus. If can skip becomes more than 1, so simple, this condition will implemented, and loop will comes out, and we will come out from the loop and simply printing the answer. I hope you will get this. It's the basically very simple. Let me go another iteration through my code. So simply traversing, checking the first condition, answer plus plus, checking another condition with can skip, and if it is can skip plus plus, if it comes one time in this loop, then it means it it then it means basically, if it comes one time in this loop, then can skip will be 1. And if it come another times, another, if you get another value which is greater than difficulty, then it will simply break. So basically this is kind of tricky question because of this can skip value, but it is I feel moreover the easy question as well. So if you don't understand, I hope you will understand till now, but if you don't, I'll request you to please go through the video again, and understand what is the code is doing, and you will get to know. And I hope you like this video, you like my solution and effort for this video. And I will request you to kindly like this and subscribe to the channel if you don't. And I will see you on the next video. Take care, bye.